Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Variable Barricade. Just continuing Kaga's route, and we're almost done with his first board, so we should definitely get that today. These giant squares, I think, are a little bit longer, but like, you know, I think we should be able to get that and that little diamond underneath. So anyway, no longer a breast man. Tyga apologizes for hurting me, but then belts out a very masculine declaration. I'm still reeling. The car arrived at the vacation home. As always, Kasuga opened the door for me. But I don't want to get out. If I did, I would have to see Tyga again. How am I supposed to look him in the face? Miss Spacey. Ugh, I love it when Kasuga looks at us with his sad eyes. Stop it! Hold me and make me feel better, Kasuga. Kasuga's voice was curious, concerned. I exhaled quickly and got out of the car. I want to go home. Of course, this was my home now. I bit back the urge to cry and slowly made my way to the foyer. The door opened. Beyond it was...
Yeah, Spacey, welcome home. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for you.
Spacey, I'm so relieved to see you. Your lack of presence made my heart ache abominably. The pain of missing you has kept me awake.
Oh, welcome. See, are you all right? You look tired.
Fine. While they talked, I covertly scanned the group, looking for a certain face. But apparently I lacked subtlety because Shion caught on. He smiled and said,
If you're Tyga, he's out right now.
Oh. I immediately relaxed, but at the same time, I suppose Tyga was fine with prowling around the city while I was gone. The thought jabbed at my heart. Ichiya probably noticed how my eyes dropped, because he spoke up hesitantly, as if gauging my mood. I think, is he out with... We were coming home while he's at the tea party from hell, I'm gonna guess. If you're hungry, I'm making English-style... Cotelette? Cotelette? Is that what it is? I don't know, whatever that is. English-style whatever. For dinner, I was able to get a hold of some very tender veal. Stop it! Those are baby cows! I've had veal once before, but, like, I was a lot younger, and then, like, you kind of know, but then, like, well, I'm sorry, but, like, lamb and veal, no. I don't care if you want to eat, like, whatever, but, like, lambs are babies, and so baby cows. Like, eat your fucking hamburgers, eat your pork, whatever, but, like, don't tell me the stories about the horrible things they do to animals, because I don't want to know. I'll cry while I eat my chicken. You know what I mean? Honestly, generally, I'm so fucking lazy, and I don't want to, like, touch raw chicken because it's gross. Like, I will get, like, vegan kind of, like, chicken patties or burger things, even though I'm not, like, vegan or vegetarian in any way, shape, or form. It's just fucking easier. Like, I get the Gardein freaking ultimate burger patty things. I just tried them the other day because I wanted burgers. And I was like, I was craving burgers. So I got them, and those motherfuckers are delicious. I'm just saying. But, like, it's just easier to get frozen things as opposed to, like, touching raw meat. Also, like, I mean, it's not really that hard to make a hamburger. You get ground beef, and you do a patty shape, and you fucking do it. But, like, for some reason, I'm like, those are probably easier. I don't know. But anyway, but I have a problem like veal and lamb. Poor baby lambs, poor little baby cows, and they chain them so they can't move, so make them all tender. And poor little baby. I don't like that. I will eat eggs though. Those aren't really baby chickens, so it's not like they're fertilized. But like, I don't know. I have a problem with killing baby animals. I don't know. Don't like it. Bad Ichiya. Anyway. And I pounded it until it was flat as a board. Oh, poor baby! Stop it, Ichiya! Ichiya? Oops.
How about some Daifuku mochi cakes? The neighborhood granny stocked me up again. Yeah, I'm sure you'll love them, Spacey. They're nice and plump and round, but they're on the small side.
They're all just gonna make comments that make me think about my flat boobs. That's hilarious. I love it. Nayuta!
Wait, that's not what I meant. I wasn't trying to point out that you're small or anything. Pay them no mind. They don't mean any harm.
Ichia and Nayuta exchanged panicked glances. I heaved an exasperated sigh. Like, poor Ichia, he absolutely was just like, oh, I smashed those things flat. And then Nayuta was the one who was like, like her chest! Like, you know what I mean? Like, Nayuta, it would have been fine. Like, I probably would not have been like, oh yeah, you pounded the veal flat. Like my chest! I probably would not have made that connection if you hadn't. Good job. Oh. Ichia, Nayuta.
Yes, ma'am? Yes,
I am not the least bothered about what happened yesterday. I'm not in the least bothered. I'm not the warden of Taiga's thoughts, and I don't particularly care about his opinions. The two of you needn't twist yourselves into pretzels around me. However, I want to make it clear I will only tolerate respectful language in this house. Speak with tact, or don't speak at all. Am I understood? I looked at both men in turn, and each nodded enthusiastically. I mean, they weren't saying anything bad. I like how we're telling them and not freaking Shia. Like, I think it's just because they were like, ah! Freaking out, but I'll choose my words carefully from now on, I promise.
Me too! I'll make sure to give Taiga a really, really strict warning, too. And I said I'm going to protect you, and I mean it. Indeed. There are many lessons Taiga must learn.
Feeling a little disturbed at how enthusiastic they sounded, I went up to my room. Well, at least Ichia was like, I got veal, because, I mean, the other option was chicken breasts, but I thought that was a little too on. It was nearly dinner time. The sun had set, and the afternoon gave way to a purple-red twilight. Back! Taiga's voice echoed in from the foyer, and I felt my shoulders slump. Footsteps thumped, coming closer. Sir. Before I realized it, my eyes were shut tight. Someone's hand softly landed on my shoulder. I managed to pry open one eye and peek. Ichia looked back at me and tipped his signature wink. He's trying to be supportive. Nayuta had a bright grin on his face, and Shion was wearing his usual gentle smile. They're like, I don't care what I don't care what he thinks, and they're like, yeah, you do, but okay. Good job, girl. We'll pretend. I appreciate that about them. I opened both eyes to look back, my heart still beating loud in my ears. Just then... Yo, I'm back. Babe. Taiga walked in, and when he saw me, his eyes popped open wide. I had no idea what to say. I looked away in awkward embarrassment. There was a long, heavy moment of silence. I heard Taiga's footsteps coming closer. Here he comes. Hold it, Taiga. I bit my lip in awkward anticipation when Ichia, Nayuta, and Shion put themselves in between Taiga and I. Do you have any idea how late it is? Where have you been? Wait, let me guess. Were you out on a date? What? You're supposed to be... I mean, we know, but, like, they don't. But, like, really? You're pretending you're a suitor, but you're out boinking other girls? Like... Ichia, don't make it worse. With some ample-breasted woman? Fucking A, Ichia. Way to dig the hole deeper. What?
Oh, wow, that's depraved. I can't possibly let a weirdo who's obsessed with big breasts anywhere near Spacey. It's too dangerous.
Well, he was technically having tea with a girl with really big boobs, because I'm pretty sure... what's-her-face has really big... Does Arimura... I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, well then, Spacey. It's almost time for dinner. Oh, what say we go wait in the dining room?
Shion's the only one with actual tact. The only one that knows the meaning of the word. Huh? Shion took me by the elbow and tugged me towards the dining room. I twisted around to look at Taiga. He stood with a confused look on his face as Nayuta and Ichia glared at him. The door to the dining room clicked shut behind me before I had a chance to talk to him. You have to sit on the floor, Taiga. You've been bad. No bad dogs at the table.
Time for dinner. Boy, this veal cutlet is really yummy, isn't it, Spacey?
Huh? Oh, I suppose. I brushed off Nayuta and stole a quick glance over at Taiga. Our eyes met. I quickly looked away. Sorry.
Hey, babe,
Spacey, did you know that the sauce for this dish is specially made? I added a splash of citrus to give it a tangy, sunny finish.
Say, babe.
How was school today, Spacey? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you learn any valuable life lessons? Yes.
Babe, about yesterday. Yum! This soup is so tasty!
Hey, tiny bird! I'm sorry.
Guys, come on. Oh, no, you don't, Taiga. I'm protecting Spacey.
Nayuta's lips dropped into an exaggerated frown. Taiga rolled his eyes inside. I mean, look at Nayuta's pout face. It's adorable.
You're like, I can't be intimidated by that.
I mean, you will literally bowl us over and murder us, probably with your thick skull. But, like, that face is so non-threatening. You're like, I'm not threatened by this. You're adorable, and I just want to poke your fucking cheeks. But again, he took out a lamppost, so I'm pretty sure we would die if he ran at us full speed, so. Hell, we'd probably die if he ran at us half speed, but... As I watched the other three gang up on him, I felt a sliver of guilt prick at my heart. That said, even if I did step over the wall they were building between Taiga and I had no idea what I would say to him. If I opened my mouth, I doubted anything would emerge. Conflicted, I dropped my gaze and held my peace. Maybe after a little while, once I calmed down and collect myself. But apparently the other three noticed my silence and mistook it for something else entirely. One day later... Here, I think this outfit would look darling on you. What do you think? Which one? This one here.
What are you two looking at?
Taiga happened to walk by and came to see what we were doing. Shion gave him a pleasant smile. I'm sorry, Taiga, but I'm afraid there aren't many, full-figured women in a tasteful fashion magazine like this one. Wow, poor fucking Taiga. He says one stupid thing and no one will let it go. It's kind of funny, and I appreciate them all for standing up for me and, like, keep the dick away from her! Like, I like that, but also at the same time, like, poor fucking Taiga. One stupid thing. Just let the man get over it. Here, you can oogle this busty gravure idol? I have no idea. I can't. Anyway.
Hey!
On another day...
Ooh! Spacey! Look! Spacey! Look! The synchronized swimming team's holding a public practice nearby real soon. If you want, we could go watch them together.
Synchronized swimming?
That sounds cool. Can I come too? I'm sorry, Taiga. It's the men's team that's practicing, you see? So what?
Like, the only thing Taiga would be interested in is if it has big boobs. Or Taiga's like, can I come? It's the men's team. And later in the kitchen... Oh, hello, Spacey. What brings you to my humble domain? I'm thirsty. I have a cup of milk.
Hey, I could use some milk too.
Sorry, Taiga. This milk... It's not sourced from the ample udders of a Holstein cow. Oh no, I made it through the fucking sentence. Just reading it, it's like, it's not sourced from the... And I just saw ample udders in advance, and I was like, oh, God. Oh, Ichia. The shade. I mean, Shion was spot on. Like, there's not big titty girls in fashion world. Here, take this. This is just so far beyond. Oh, God. Oh, Ichi.
What are you even talking about?
I kind of feel bad for Taiga. But it was worth it for that whole frickin' Aegean thing. Ample utters. Don't know why that's so funny. It's funnier because I don't understand why it's funny, and it just made me laugh so much that I just keep laughing at myself laughing about it. Oh god. Thinking back on the past few days, I couldn't help but sigh. Will I be denied the chance to talk to Taiga today, too? Whenever he came anywhere within my vicinity, somebody always jumped between us. You're gonna have to go to his room, girl. Yes, when I initially returned from the main estate, I did want to teach him a lesson. But by this point, the other three were carrying things much too far. Every time they moved to protect me, I cringed a little. I sighed again. The sound must have caught Kasuga's attention because he turned to me with a smile.
I'm thinking of Mr. Isuru.
Yeah.
I don't see any particular need for you to concern yourself over him.
Oh? I looked at him curiously. His eyes became gentle. That look, I just want Kasuga to look at me like that all the goddamn time. Just fucking look at it. It's just this gentle, calm, sweet fucking look. And it's like, I don't know. There's just everything. Just never stop giving me that look. You know, okay, unless you're going to lecture me, then give me the angry look, because I'm okay with that too. But like most of the time, I just want this look. This one right here, Kasuga. It just makes... Actually, don't look at me like that, because it makes my heart stop beating, and I'm going to end up dead. Like... I love Kasuga. Did we not know that? I wasn't sure if I told you guys. I feel like it's been a secret that I've been keeping.
That is a grave crime to make you cry, miss.
And yet, you do it an awful lot, don't you? Anyway, he noticed. I grimaced in embarrassment. Kasuga just gave me another smile.
Personally, I was thinking of ribbing him alongside the others.
Oh god, I wish you would. Don't, please. Kasuga laughed at my grumbled response. I pretended not to hear as I turned and looked out the window. Is it really a good idea to leave this issue hanging in the air? Or should I step forward and let him know that I'm no longer angry?
You needn't worry, miss. He isn't the sort of gentleman who sits idly by in this kind of situation. And on that note, I believe it is about time.
Kasuga said nothing more. His smile didn't waver as he turned around and faced forward again. Kasuga's like really like here for the whole Taiga thing. Like it's disturbing me a little bit. Like Kasuga, like he was just like, what fucking Nayuta, that idiot? And then like he was just so adamant about hating Shion, and like he's like, ah, don't worry about Taiga. He's great. Like, the fuck? Why? Stop that. I need you to hate them so that I know how much you love me, but right now you're just like, good butler, and like, oh, he's actually good for you. Good job, girl. Excuse me? Hello? Don't be my sassy wing sister. It's not how it works, Kasuga. You're supposed to be angry and hate them because you love me. This is just ruining my whole thing. I mean, I love you, Kasuga, but I also am just not a fan that you're in love with Taiga, because I want in my head to keep perpetuating that you're secretly in love with me and I can have you regardless of whether you're my brother, husband, cousin, sister, dog, friend, neighbor, old lady down the street. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care. And, like, now that I'm, like, into Birushana and we know the shit that's going on in there, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you don't, but, like, I mean... Okay, it's not really a spoiler because it tells you in the freaking game, and I haven't gotten there yet, but it tells you freaking right there that one of your love interests is, like, your brother, and you're like, wait, what? I'm waiting for, like, the shoe to drop on that one, but, like, excuse me? Half-brother, adopted brother? What's going on with that? So, like, I'm just saying. And we've already dated our cousin in other games, so, like, whatever the fuck you are to me, Kasuga, what? It doesn't matter. I'm here for it. I don't care. I have been preparing myself through this whole game. Other games are, like, leading me down the debauchery trail, so, like, I'm depraved. Like, let's hold hands. Straight out! And I go straight into degeneracy. Let's hold my hand now. Now in public. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I mean. Anyway, almost time. For what? For Tyga's big stand! He knows. What was that supposed to mean? And also, like, they're conspiring with each other, and I don't like that. I turned his words over in my head as I absent-mindedly set one foot out of the car door. At that second, someone grabbed my arm and yanked. Tyga. What? Hey, I've been waiting for you, babe. Tyga? He kept a firm grip on my elbow as he ignored my confusion and started to walk. So, okay, either Kasuga and Tyga talked about this so they knew, or Kasuga was like, I can see his hamster burning, I see the wheels going, and I know exactly, like, it's about time for him to make his big move and grab you away from everybody else. You know what I mean? He just kind of anticipated this was going to happen. You know? I don't know. I don't know. Because Kasuga's shady as fuck. So, like, is he just that smart? Yes. Is he shady enough to conspire with Tyga? Yes. So, like, you never know which answer it is. Kasuga, I'm borrowing her for a sec. Said I'm borrowing her a sec. Yeah, that makes sense too, I guess. He shot his intent over his shoulder at Kasuga as we trotted away. Kasuga simply bowed. Yeah, see, like he anticipated it. We walked past the house and kept going. Tyga shifted his grip to my wrist, and we still traveled. Hey, how far are we going? Where are you taking me? Somewhere we can actually talk without interruptions. Talk about what? I asked him a few times, but he didn't elaborate. I tried bringing up other topics, but he just answered with noncommittal noises and said nothing more. And then there's the matter of him holding my hand. Degenerate! It was evening, but there were still people about. I felt their eyes watching us, noticing our joined hands. I quickly tried to tug my hand out of his. It's seriously like he's having sex with you in the middle of the park. Like, just hand holding. Kind of find it funny. Would you let go of my hand, please? I'll keep walking with you, I promise. Tyga didn't listen. He kept walking in silence, and his grip on my hand remained firm. Eventually, when he finally decided to stop, we were standing in front of a small local park. The sun was already touching the horizon, so no one else was there but us. May I have my hand back, please? I tugged, and Tyga finally relented. And then I ran. I'm just kidding. His hands are larger and more rugged than I thought. Feeling awkward, I covered the hand he'd been holding with my own and looked away. I couldn't seem to bring myself to look at him. Tyga likewise appeared to be having a hard time looking at me. He stood there with his back turned. But then, haltingly, he made himself wheel around to face me. Babe, I'm sorry. For, like, everything. I really regret what I said. I stayed quiet. His eyes dropped, and he started to speak again. Yeah, I've teased you a lot. And I'd hoped doing so would help break the ice between you and the others. You tend to drop your guard and be yourself when you're ticked. Are you apologizing or trying to make me mad? Like that. Hold on to your temper and hear me out, okay? Anyway, me acting like I wasn't interested in you was part of the plan too. That way I didn't have to worry about the others looking at me as their rival or some crap. It worked. Lately it's been harder to keep up with the charade. What do you mean? Well, now that you know I'm just an observer, you come to talk to me a lot more. To the others, that looks like something's kindling between us. They started grilling me, asking me what happened and if I've fallen for you and that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna tell them that I did, because that would be weird, because I'm not even gonna admit it to myself. I managed to dodge the worst of it for a while, but that day just totally fell apart. They really started ticking me off. Look, I had no idea you were listening, okay? I only talk like that to get them off my back. But I get that what I said was hurtful. For that, I apologize. I'm sorry. Aww. I kind of figured he was saying that just kind of like, not really to throw them off, but more to like, I kind of felt he was like, yeah, no, I'm not into her. Psh, what the fuck? Yeah, no, psh, whatever. Like trying to convince himself, but like still, either way, it was a ruse, and okay. He might still like big boobies, but you know what I mean? So, Tyga bowed deeply. Nice of him to like apologize. Such a good apology. Looking at him, I said, Is that really all? I'm sure you were just telling the truth. That sounds so snarky. Is that really all? Like, I don't trust you. I don't know. They're both kind of like... That's like doubting, and this is like being snarky, like keeping our guard up, so... I'm sure you were just telling the truth. Forget it. I know you were just telling the truth. You already have enough on your plate with your observer role, and I made it more difficult. Just forget it happened. I'm not mad anymore. Oh, okay. I thought she was like saying, like, you were just telling the truth. I know you don't like small boobs, but it's like, you know, okay. Well, I mean, technically, I guess she was. Just telling the truth. It's fine, whatever. I tamped down my irritation and let my eyes drop away from his. Micah gave me a look, frowning. Hey, don't go putting this on yourself. I came here with every expectation to get slapped. You want to yell at me, cut loose and go for it. Yell at him? Pardon me? What's with that lackluster response? Does he have any idea how much I... That was the straw that broke the camel's back. Again, by the way. Because we snapped once before. All the emotions I'd kept in check burst out of me. I took a deep breath, filled my lungs, and let the words come pouring out. It just really hurt my feelings, you know? What does it matter anyway? It's not like you lied. You don't have to sugarcoat it. I know I have a flat chest, and I know that you actually like girls with big busts. It's all just the undeniable truth. What's the point of bringing me here? Are you trying to rub my inadequacies in my face? Just leave me alone! My voice nearly raised to a shout as I held back my tears. Micah grimaced and dropped his head in his hands. No, that's not it. God! He rubbed his face and took a deep breath, then opened his eyes and looked straight at me. Babe, listen. Yes, I like big breasts. I can't lie. Oh my god, stop it. You did... I know he said breasts and not butts, but you cannot say a phrase like this and think that I'm not singing Sir Mix-a-Lot in my fucking head. Damn you, game. You're welcome to everyone else who all of a sudden did not start singing that song in their fucking head. I'm just having a dance party in my head. I'm sorry. Oh my fucking god, Tyga. How dare you? How dare you bring Sir Mix-a-Lot into this? But anyway. I feel like the translators did them. I like breasts. I cannot lie. I like big butts and you cannot lie, right? They had to have done it on purpose. Tim, for all your typing bullshit, bravo. I'm going to give you credit for this one. I'm going to give you credit where normally I tell you that you suck at typing and we yell at you. Bravo! Everybody, round of applause for Tim for putting this in there, knowing goddamn well exactly what some of us were going to think when we read this line. Just saying. And that doesn't mean that I don't find you attractive. What? I blinked in surprise. Micah suddenly looked bashful and dropped his eyes. Like, oh shit. To be honest, there was nothing in the initial plan about falling for your looks. I mean, I highly doubt that would be in the plan. Look, he's so hot right now. But like, you know, like, okay, I need you to be an observer. Also fall in love with her. Okay. Can't just sign an agreement that you're going to fall in love with someone, you know what I mean? Gramps just wanted me to keep an eye on things and fill me in on everything I needed to know about you. But as soon as you knew my real role, you started getting way too comfy around me. Then I saw all kinds of different sides to you. Started observing you in a new light. You did? I told myself over and over that I had a specific job to fill, but eventually my pep talks just stopped working. I couldn't keep lying to myself. Babe. Frankly, you turn me on. Whoa, hi, that's straight to the point. I do? What? I mean, I feel like that's exactly if someone was like, hey, you turn me on. You'd be like, the fuck? Where did that come from? You knew it was eventually going to get to that, but I just never thought he'd be so frank about it. Wow, bravo, okay. Wait, you don't get it? Let me dumb it down. When I think of you, I get an angle on my dangle. Stop it! Oh, game! You did not just make me read that. on today's episode of shit I never thought I'd actually have to ever say in my life. I never thought I'd have to read Angle on My Dangle in a fucking Otome game. Somehow shocked that I never thought I'd ever have to read that. Somehow also shocked that I don't think I've ever read that in a Otome game, but like, I guess they technically have a little more tact than that. They avoid saying something so direct and like, Taiga, what fuck? Where did you come from? Anyway. Yeah! What is wrong with this man? It's hilarious. All this sudden talk about, you hopeless pervert! You leech! You lech! Hey, I was just trying to make my feelings clear. There are things that are appropriate to bring up in a civilized conversation and things that aren't. Can you not discern the difference? Come on, babe. You're kicking up a real fuss here. Calm down. How am I supposed to stay calm around a Neanderthal like you? I'm going home. I suddenly felt like I couldn't bear another moment. Confused and emotional, I spun around on my heel. Hey, no running away! I'd barely taken a step when Taiga's hand clamped down on my wrist again. Did we get a CG in this one? I didn't see that if we had the thing. Let me go! My voice quivered as I fruitlessly tugged my arm. Pulled again, turning me around. Oh, yes, yeah! Stop it! I mean, he was hot in the pinning me down to his bed CG, but like, this is like so adorable! Look at his like little soft eyes! Stop! I love it! Oh, I love the look on his face. I'm gonna cry. Not really, but you know. It warms the cockles of my cold dead. A lot of things do, surprisingly, and then they go back to being cold and dead, but I just love the way he's looking at us. And when I looked up, his face was right in mine. My cheeks flared with heat and I froze. Micah gave me a quick, wry smile. You made me spill most of my guts. The least you can do is hang around and hear the rest. I never asked you to spill. Somehow I managed to squeeze those words out. Micah grimaced again and started to talk. I was totally cool with your attitude from the start, you know. I like spicy women. And then we lived together for a bit, and I started to see that you're still a kid in a lot of ways, too. I was like, oh, so she's just a normal girl like any other. And I started to relax. Then you learned I was just an observer and suddenly started messing around with me a lot more, right? Whoa, you phrasing, Taiga. It was pretty cute, if I'm being honest. Cute. I felt my heart jolt at the word, but my mouth seemingly moved on its own, and I said, but I was being mean and petty, though. Didn't I come off as nasty? The words trailed off into a mumble. Taiga just looked at me with an indulgent smile. I never got so bad I was annoyed by it. Hell, it was actually kind of endearing. I like observing some kid's awkward puberty shenanigans. Well, aren't you just a motherfucking charmer? Those words. My god, poetry. Oh, you should give Ichi a lesson. I'm just kidding. I seriously thought he was a younger sister at first, but then... Well, I mean, it is an Otome game, so, like, if you wanted to bone your younger sister, I guess we can't complain, huh? I wanted to say something, but his voice was clearly stuck. I could almost feel Taiga's struggle as he hunted for the words he wanted. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to hear what was about to come out of his mouth. Barricade battle!
お前に俺の話を聞かせてやるよ。完全勝利ってもんを見せてやるよ。
何よ、見ないでよ。
やってやろうじゃねえか。俺、俺。
Break down your defenses!
やってやろうじゃねえか。
もう知らない。
I love it when the chibis hold us, and she's all pouty.
見せせ。
She's like, I hate this! But she secretly loves it. You know she does. I mean, Taiga looking at me like that, I'd fall down that rabbit hole. After a long pause, I mustered up the courage to break the silence. Look at his little shocked eyes now. Well, you're holding me hostage until I hear you out. If you've anything else to say, just say it. I've heard this much, so I'll listen. I guess it can't get any worse. I pressed my lips together and looked squarely at him. I saw his eyes widen slightly in surprise. Go on! I haven't got all night! My voice feigned a calmness I didn't feel. Taiga looked at me, and That's what you're all about, babe. He broke out in a sunlit grin and took a deep breath before saying, Okay, if you really want to hear it that bad, I'll tell you. So flush out the earwax and listen up. Which could charm her with his words. He's adorable and I love him, but my God. Why are you being so pushy over this? Because if I don't hype myself up first, I'll be too embarrassed to actually say it. Duh. You don't look the least bit embarrassed to me. Tyga's expression suddenly became gentle, sucking all the momentum out of our back and forth. Quietly, he said, and now he's blushing. Come on, just listen a sec, okay? Listen, if I still regarded you as just a little sister, there's no way I'd be this desperate about everything that's going on. Understand? I wouldn't try so hard to apologize to you. I wouldn't go out of my way to get you to understand. So, hey, babe, have some confidence in yourself. You're hot. I mean it. You're an incredibly attractive woman. I can assure you of that fact. Tyga's blunt statement made my mind go blank. I mean, there are 3 other men in the... Okay, well, not Nayuta. But he's just there to be your bodyguard. But there's at least 2 other men who are fawning over you and find you attractive. I know she probably doesn't realize that, but at some point you've got to be there are 4 men in this house, in her mind, that are vying to be your husband, and she's thinking it's all about the money, but it's at some point, you have to be do they actually like me? Yes. I couldn't make myself think. I mean, I would absolutely be her in that situation, poor guy. Yeah, I'd be what? Why? I don't have money. What is it you want? Do you think I have snacks in my pocket? I might have snacks in my pockets, provided I'm wearing an outfit that has pockets. Being a woman and all, most women's clothes don't have pockets. But if my dress has pockets, there might be snacks in them. Is that why you're here? No, you're hot. What? Huh? I don't get it. Is that a foreign language? Because it sounded like English, but I'm not really sure what that means. I would absolutely be that person. So when you say attractive, you mean you're hot? Well, no, the air conditioning's on, so I'm actually comfortable. But so I get this. Anyway, I couldn't make myself think. I try very hard to make myself think, and it never seems to work. But for some reason, my body felt so much lighter. I blinked several times in an effort to collect myself. Eventually, I was able to find my voice. Like I said, why do you have to be so pushy about this? Tyga had made it clear that he was honestly sorry for what he'd said. Not only that, there were several other things that I wasn't at all expecting to hear. I brushed a finger against my cheeks and suddenly noticed they were warm. I quickly turned away from him. Just this once, I'll forgive you. Thanks. Tyga's smile was a little sarcastic, but also a little happy. I liked that smile. I felt brave enough to admit that much. But that thought alone was enough to make my heart jump. We smiled at each other, saying nothing. After a moment, Tyga broke the silence. Yeah, we should probably hurry back. Kasuga's gonna pitch a fit if I keep you out in the dark. I was reluctant, ever so slightly. But I kept that feeling to myself and simply nodded back at him. And then, now we're gonna have to get up in everybody else's face and be listen. You leave my boyfriend alone. Don't you say shit to him anymore. You know what I mean? To, everybody else, but... Second. Oh, never mind. I'm home! I'd barely set foot inside the front door when Ichiya, Shion, and Nayuta practically climbed over each other to greet me. Welcome home! Where did the 2 of you go? We were super worried about you! Spacey, do I detect a touch of pink on your cheeks? Did something happen? Fucking business. Huh? Now that you mention it, and Tyga, you've got a bit of color to your face, too. Huh? What? Did I miss something? What are... Ahem! Tyga loudly cleared his throat, scattering the barrage of questions that flew at us. Guys, there's something I have to tell you. As of today... What? Don't tell me he's gonna spill everything that happened at the park. I'm no longer a breast man. I am a leg man. What? Thought he was going to be like, I'm officially vying for her. I was like, then they would be like, weren't you always? And he's like, just shut up. I stared at Taiga in utter shock. He gave me the biggest, sunniest grin I'd ever seen in my life. Don't worry, babe. Your legs are hot enough to make up for your boobs. In fact, they're so good looking, they've converted me to the Church of Gams. The look on her face, she's like, ugh. We had a moment. Pervert. Taiga gotta be Taiga, though. She's right. He's still the same old Taiga. That is to say, a total pervert. Says the guy who likes getting stepped on. I'm just saying, I mean, it takes one to know one. No, that was just award-winningly tasteless, Taiga.
Now we're into legs, are we?
You are the worst! While I made a show of shouting at Taiga, my heart felt as light as his grin. Secretly, like, enjoying it. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, okay, yeah. Expectations and distance. Taiga thinks on his relationship with me. Nayuta's on hand with interjections nobody asked for. That sounds like a very Nayuta thing to do, so yeah. Damn, what a day. Finally cleared things up with the babe. I made the switch to being a leg man, and I'd let the guys grill me all through dinner. It was late in the evening, and everyone was headed to their rooms to wind down, myself included. Ugh. I feel like I've been beaten with a sack of rocks. Taiga! Ugh. Jeez, bro. You nearly gave me a heart attack. What's up? Yeah, I heard what you said earlier, and I decided that I really had to tell you something. Tell me what? I had no clue what he was getting at. Nayuta looked at me with his earnest puppy eyes and said, See, I really like Spacey's legs, too. What? They have just this perfect balance. They're long, slender, and I bet they're super soft, too. And I'm sure she can channel the perfect amount of oomph into them. You know for a fact that I can. Because I've stepped on you before. And that's where you got your kink from. I'm going to assume that they don't, like, tell you, oh, she stepped on me once, because otherwise if you did Taiga's route first, you know what I mean, it would spoil Nayuta's. But it is just really funny that this is here, because you're like, stop it. All I can see is that CG in my head, with his goddamn face in that costume, getting off on the fact that I just stomped his fucking chest. And I just, oh god. Oh dear god. I need a shower. I love it, it's lit. Yeah, they're just so beautiful. We're seeing this from completely different angles, bro. No, I'm sure they look great there, but personally, the thought of those feet slipped into stiletto heels is just, And then there's, yeah, her legs are pretty hot. But she was attractive for tons of reasons beyond her appearance. She was bullheaded, yeah, but honest and kind too. She looked like she was pouting when she was embarrassed. And the smile she flashed when she was genuinely happy. Phew! Should be illegal for anything to be that cute. Oh, he's blushing. It's so cute. I love it. Feisty, spicy little Taiga's like all embarrassed. It's so cute. Stop it. It has no right to be this cute. This whole thing. Just thinking about that smile made my heart beat a little faster. Great. I was in some serious trouble here. He has no right to be this adorable. Stop it. Like, seriously. None of it. Ramps asked me to be the observer, and that's what I was going to be. But hang with the other suitors, learn about them on the down low and dig into their true natures. And if Babe picked one of them, great. Mission accomplished. At least, that was the plan. Never thought I'd start falling for her, too. Feelings were starting to get out of hand. The smoother I tried to act, the more my facade frayed. At this rate, I was completely... Taiga, are you listening to me? Yeah, I was. Really? Didn't seem like it, and you suddenly started smirking, too. When Ayuta said that, I suddenly realized my lips were quirked up in a grin. Ugh, get it together, Taiga. Not that it's any big surprise, I guess. Oh, we're flashing back on the CG. I love it. It might be my favorite so far. I just love the look on his face. Soft eyes. Crunchy little... I mean, I could still feel the warmth of her shoulders under my hands. Not only that, she'd blushed at me more than once. That had to mean there was at least something there. Even after I took off my rose-tinted glasses, I could still say she didn't hate me. Well, probably. The million-yen question was, are her feelings the same as mine? I mean, are there romantic thoughts there? Well, I have to remember who I'm talking about here. How high could I dare raise my hopes? How close would she let me get? I wasn't sure I could even throw out a guesstimate at this point. What do I really want? Me? Oh, that's easy. I want her to step on me. I barely had any energy left to roll my eyes at Nayuta's earnest statement, let alone tell him that he was totally off base. Just pat Nayuta on the head. You're like, I can't handle this right now. He's like, I'm just gonna walk away. Oh, the complicated board. I have a whiz message. And I would assume that we go to that. Whiz. You do? No, you do. Spacey, step on me too, please. Excuse me? Your legs. And I thought they were really nice way before Taiga ever did. So you should step on me first, not him. It's only fair. Nayuta, breathe. I'm not gonna step on anyone. Not you. Not Taiga. Aww. But Taiga got a big fat smirk, and I'm sure he was thinking how he wants you to step on him. No, he wasn't. Yes, he was. I'm sure. I knew right away. Uh-huh. By the way, did he say anything? Oh, not really. But he had a really spaced out look. The look of a person desperate to be stepped on. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Every time he opens, step on me! He wants you to step on him. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. He totally wants to be stepped on. He just... I'm gonna fucking choke to death. Fucking Nayuta. Oh my god. And he was thinking of your legs. Don't think of people's legs like that. I am not going to step on anyone. Not even me? Not even you. Oh, I'm sorry. He totally wants you to step. Oh god, it never stops being fucking hilarious. Anyway. Oh dear, good god. Okie dokie. Taiga board 3, yep. Brams's plan. Taiga thinks back on how he's changed since he was first asked to be the observer. And, ooh, another CG for this one. And, yeah, we can do a little bit of this one, I guess. We're not gonna get through the full, that's okay. It's the orphanage? All my earlier memories revolved around the orphanage. Apparently I was given up soon after I was born. The only thing I had to my name was, well, my name. The orphanage was run by a church, so it was the sisters who took care of us. It wasn't bad. Grew up with a bunch of kids who were technically in the same boat as me. I never felt ashamed that I grew up in an orphanage. Mind, I'd be lying if I said I never thought about the parents who gave me up, but honestly, it wasn't too difficult to just accept they were gone. They had their lives. I had mine. That was that. It's like a mature way to look at it, but it's also very strange. You think of a child. Yeah, they got their lives. I got mine. Playing on the fucking jungle gym. Get a monkey bar! See you later, kids. Like, what the... strange. Just think of spunky baby Taiga, like, just having these thoughts in his head, and you're like, that is... wow. Anyway. Yeah, that's a pretty laid-back kid, if I do say so myself. I would think so if that thought was going through your head. And one of the main reasons I could think about it that way was because of something sister told me once. Oh, baby Taiga, stop it! Oh, he's adorable. He looks like such a troublemaker. He's adorable, but he looks like you need to backhand him because he's about to do some shit. Like, you are so gonna get in some motherfucking trouble right now, you little punk brat. Snot-nosed little punk. That's exactly what he looks like, but it's fucking adorable anyway. Oh my god. Anyway.
Happy birthday, Tiger. You're 10 now, so grown up. Here, this is for you. Huh? What is this? It looks just like the crosses in the church. It's something you hold when you pray to God. You're old enough to understand what's truly important in life. That's why I gave it to you. Oh. Praying to God, huh?
I'm gonna just read it when he's not talking. I'm just gonna read a normal Taiga voice because I don't think I can do kid Taiga voice that long. Anyway, turn it over in my hands a few times, then tried to give it back to her.
I can't take it. Why not? Well, not like I believe in God all that much.
I looked away from her guiltily. She just smiled.
That's all right. See, this isn't just something you hold when you pray. It's also a very important symbol. A symbol of family. Family? Right. Every child here is all part of the same big family, even though we lack ties of blood. This rosary is a sign that we're connected. You should keep it.
Oh my god, look at his happy face! Stop it! He had the little pouty face, and you're like, yeah, you look like little punk kids getting into trouble, and then this you're like, stop! It's like a little ray of sunshine! Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, that's cool. Now that I look at it, it looks pretty neat too. I'll take it then. Good. Treat it with respect, okay? I will. Thanks, sister.
Me and the sisters and all the kids living at the orphanage were my family. That was honestly good enough for me. Similar family, huh? Oh, I don't know. Ho ho, a rosary, So you're 10 years old now, Tiger. I have no idea who that is. Another lady. Oh, it's Grandpa! Okay, I didn't know who it was. Oh, yeah. I looked up at the voice that echoed above my head.
Yeah, old man Tojo, you got one of these too, right? Look, I got my own now. We match.
So we do. I like how they have still question marks, like you don't know who Grandpa is. I understand when you didn't see his character, you're like, oh, who's talking? But like, we know who he is, so why is he not? Why doesn't he have a
No, Tiger, don't be disrespectful. Call him Mr. Tojo. He does a lot to help everyone here, after all.
It's all right, sister. Just be yourself, Tiger. I can't get Grandpa's voice with baby Tiger and like the sister's voice for some fucking reason. It's like not right, but
I will.
Gramps chuckled and rumpled my hair, and the normal Tiger voice. I can't do it. My brain is like, stop. I broke. I remember thinking how big and bony his hands were. Gotta be old Grandpa. Anyway, a dozen years have passed since that day. Even after I grew up and left the orphanage, me and Gramps still kept in touch. It's fucking adorable, though. I kind of like... I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there really is like... Okay, I don't know if there's like a poster boy for this, aside from fucking Kazuka. I'm just saying. Ichi is the one that's kind of like front and center on the game case. Like, right there. Even in front of us. I'm just saying. But like, I almost feel like... Taiga in his own way is like poster boy, because it's like family friend. He's known our grandpa this whole time, and he was just here to do a job, but we fell in love anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Kusuga will always be my poster boy, even though they won't let me date this motherfucker.
Well, have you decided what country you'll visit next?
Right. I made a non-committal reply, trying not to let on that I've been lost in my thoughts. I was gone for a while last time. I think I'll stick around here in Japan for a bit and hang out with the kids back home.
I'm sure they'll enjoy that. They were all so upset when you were gone. They mooned around the entire time you were away.
Some souvenirs ought to cheer 'em right up. Gramps still stopped by the orphanage for visits. He didn't make a big deal of it. He just popped in like a grandpa coming by to see his grandkids. It's so funny because, like, if you think about it, like, you weren't really that much of a grandpa to us, but then again... Like, I feel like some of it was us being very closed off and, like, as a child. And also, he's got to treat us slightly differently because we've got to be raised prim and proper, and orphanage kids are like, yeah, there's like the scrubby kids on the street, whatever, doesn't matter, you know? But it is a little weird that he's so pally and grandpa-y with the kids in the orphanage, and then, like, we're like, evil old rat bastard villain! Know what I mean? Like... I just kind of want to be slightly offended by that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway,
Same as he did back when I was still a kid. Sister said he was a nice old man who donates lots of money to help the orphanage, so we were supposed to thank him. When we tried, he'd always play dumb and say, thanks for what? He was sly like that. Yeah. I know I say this all the time, but thanks, old man. Only because of you that I can globetrot wherever and whenever and wherever I want.
Ugh, spare me the mushy sentimentality. We're friends, are we not?
We've known each other for a long time, yeah, but being honest, that's our only connection. This is hardly normal. I mean, you're just ponying up funds for overseas trips because a kid you know said he was curious about life in other countries.
Well, I'm hardly a normal man. I'm rich beyond most people's wildest imaginations.
Did you want to adopt more grandkids, Grandpa? Because, I know a bunch of us would volunteer. Not nice to brag.
I'm just stating the truth.
He's kind of a bastard, but I love him.
Besides, I'm getting my fair recompense. Speaking of, it's time for you to pay me for this last outing.
Yeah, I gotcha. So this time I went to... Gramps' idea of recompense involved me telling him about my trips whenever I got back. That's it. First I was convinced the whole shebang was too good to be true, and I was being set up for trouble. The more I hung out with him, the more I started to see where he was coming from. Being that rich ain't easy. Everyone scrutinizes every little thing he does, and he probably can't travel that much if he's the head of a family, you know what I mean? It's not like jet setting and whatever, it's like you've got a lot of responsibilities, so... I didn't understand what it meant to be the Tojo family head when I was a kid, but now that I was a little older and wiser, I understood the weight of that title. It was so heavy it made Gramps happy to live vicariously through my dumb stories. That's how starved he was for the freedom of aimless travel. Exactly. So I nearly wound up abandoned in the middle of nowhere, but then that one dude came and fetched me. Seriously, it takes all kind of people to make a world. I finished my story up and Gramps let out a small, That was it. What, bored by my near-death experience?
Oh no, it simply got me thinking. My granddaughter could stand to learn more about the wider world, too. Would do her some good.
Uh-huh. What happened between you two this time?
More the usual. I thought I said something nice, but she turned up her nose. She really is one of those tsundere. She needs more dere and less soon.
Tsundere? Where did you even pick up that word? Anyway, I bet you were just being prickly with her again, weren't you? You gotta try being a little more dere yourself on occasion, eh?
I'm just trying to do what's best for her. Sheesh! Why is child rearing so difficult?
That's it too, Grandpa just has a hard time connecting with children. He can go to the orphanage and donate money, caring about kids, and they're like, yay! And he's like, yeah, okay, I don't know what fucking deal with kids. It's different. You know what I mean? You're like, okay, yeah, pat the little orphans on the head, it's great, and then you go home to your own kids, and you're like, what the fuck do I do with this shit? You know? Like going to the pound, you're playing with the puppies, you're like, this is great! You don't want to go home with them, because you're like, I don't know how to take care of a dog. I'll go play with them, though, you know what I mean? For all of Gramps' attempts to appear easygoing, whenever his grandkid came up, he suddenly turned into a mushy wuss. What was her name again? Spacey or something? Never met her, but with how Gramps constantly talked about her, I felt like we were already acquainted. They should be honest with each other, it'd hurt less. I guess even the ties between blood family could fray. Oh well, she won't be dairy with you. How about you go all out on the dairy next time you meet up? It'll work out great, trust me. Huh!
I'll give it some thought.
Ugh, you're the pride of a lion. Walk it back a bit.
But I am quite regal. I can't help it.
I don't know why, I just love Grandpa and Tyga together. They're the weirdest best friends, but... You're just gonna talk yourself up like that, huh? We sassed each other, then broke out in laughter. I like relaxed relationships. Felt comfortable. Yeah, he wasn't always the best influence, but I owed him a lot. I wanted to repay him someday. It wasn't like me to get so attached to someone, but I wanted the opportunity. And we'll stop here. It's roughly around time. We'll start with the butt. We'll start with the tiny little butt, not the big butt. We're stopping at the tiny butts. Cannot lie. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.